Welcome back to Color Class. I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
And today, much requested, we are going over the color portfolio book. We get comments all the time saying, what is in the book? What do you get? How many pages? Things like that. So we're going to go through it step by step, and I will make sure it's on our website.
Yes, this is the custom Color Class color analysis book.
So how it all starts out is we give you a questionnaire, and this is kind of to make sure we're on the same page. You know, it says like, what's your hair color? What's your skin tone? And this gives us an idea how familiar you are with color, but also if we are seeing the same thing you are seeing, because sometimes we can do a color analysis and somebody might say, oh, I have like warm hair, and we're just not seeing it. So we wanted to make sure that we're on the same track. We talk about like some of your favorite colors to wear, things about your skin tone. So it all starts out with a questionnaire that we just get familiar with you. And then we have you send in some photos. And what else?
We calibrate the photos to make certain that the photo isn't leaning yellow or that it's true color. And we have a couple of methods that we use to calibrate the photo so that when we're working with something, we are working with the truest version of you.
Yes. And then we set up the Zoom call to meet, go over your book. And what's really cool about the book is we have a special tool at the end of it that we absolutely love. We think it's the best that there possibly is, and we will share that with you towards the end. So, starting off with the book, we introduce the 4 seasons, right? We always start
That's where we start.
We always start off with the 4 seasons: light to deep, warm to cool. We discover where you fall in that spectrum. I guess we should just use me as an example today. I fall a little bit deeper. I fall a little bit warmer because of this giant head of hair of mine. But granted, neutral skin tone. If you've watched any of our videos, you're like, yeah, we know Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah.
So we put you into a 4 seasons. For me, it would be the classic autumn palette. As you know, the classic autumn palette does not work for me. There are shades in there that are just no-goes.
And I want to address that because historically, people have been okay with going into the 4 seasons. And the way the 4 seasons palettes are set up is you get a red, you get reds, you get blues, you get greens, you get yellows, you get oranges or whatever. Mm-hmm. You get 1 of everything or 2 of everything or 3. You get multiples of every single color. But some of those colors aren't going to be your best colors.
Right.
And we take a very different approach to it. We don't say, here are a bunch of different colors and these are the best for you of these colors, but they may not look good on you. Mm-hmm. We show you the colors that only look good on you so that everything you see in your palette is a flattering color, and you don't have to just disregard half of your color fan or half of your wallet because it's not for you.
Mm-hmm. The amount of people we've said that we give a color palette to, and they're like, oh, one time I went and got a color analysis done. They said I was a deep autumn, and they gave me this one color, and it just looks awful on me, but they said it was like the best of that version. No. We're not doing that. We are giving you the best of the best. Unless you ask us. Like yellows, we hardly ever give out yellows. But if you say, I want some yellows, we will absolutely do that.
Please tell me the best yellow I can have.
Yes, we've had somebody who really loves browns, and they were cooler. So they wanted a little bit slightly warmer brown. So we were doing our best to give the best that we could.
We kind of focused around rose. We were going like rose brown to give it.
Yeah. You get it though, right? So after the 4 seasons, we move into the 6 dominant characteristics because we really need to get into soft versus clear. Now we do the 6 dominant characteristics with each of your features: your hair, your skin tone, your eyes. So whether it's lighter skin tone, neutral, softer versus hair, which is warmer, slightly deeper, softer hair. We go through each of those, do little spectrums for each of them, and then we calibrate all of those together and create kind of like an equation for it.
Then we do math because we color map your face, and we say she's got this much hair. With Sarah, it would be like 90% hair, 95% hair.
Like cousin It in Addams Family. That's just me.
Basically, we color map. So we know how, what kind of influence is all that hair creating in her palette. And other people who have very short hair, a pixie girl, that number is going to be different. Right. Everybody has a different number. And then we do math. Or maybe Sarah
I
does
know.
math.
I keep saying
don't do
math. We do math. I don't. Okay. We calculate it all together.
I've
We're
gotten
not
good
doing
at
math.
percentages, though.
Okay.
Okay. Just saying.
So then once we do our math, it's really just a percentage off of you. Once we get that percentage, we look at your dominant characteristic. For me, soft. What we're going to do is we're going to give you a typical soft dominant palette.
Yeah, that you can find anywhere. You can find it similar to this online or whatever. This is common stuff.
It's going to be more neutral. It's going to have warms. It's going to have cools. It's going to have a whole spectrum of soft dominant shades. Then we move into the 12 to 16 palette system. This is where I shouldn't even say 12, 16. We move into the 12, the 16, or the 24, 16, 17, 18. Math. We do math and we go in their 20s, whatever palette that is, because we've done neutral mediums, we've done neutral softs, we've done clear and deep, we've done deep
it's 22.
There's a lot. Math again. We're really good at math. So then we figure out what palette you fall into, whether you're neutral, whether you're warm, whether you're cool. For me, a soft autumn palette with some neutrality to it. So while I might fit best into a soft autumn, I still have a lot of neutral shades that I can wear because of my skin tone. So we adjust for that as well. And then you get all of your shades.
Well, one thing I think it's important to mention here is we get you into, let's say Sarah would be a soft autumn, but then we throw that out the window because many times people want to know can you give me a name? Can you tell me what I am? Mm-hmm. And we'll say a soft autumn. But then the colors that we develop, they're all you.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, we have had a couple color analysis for our neutrals. If you're a neutral, then we will say, do you want us to force you into a category? Because we can force you into a category, or do you want to work with a neutral palette? And we did this recently with someone we had. And we said we can, there's a lot of people out there that want to be, I want to fit into something. So tell me where I best fit in. And then there's people who are like, I know I'm neutral. I fall within this neutral category, but what are my shades? And we do completely custom palettes for that.
Everybody gets a completely custom palette.
Yep. So, and we give you all of your shades. There's a bunch of pages in the book of colors. And then we also give you your least attractive colors. Not your worst, your least attractive. These shades, I love when we get to Zoom with you guys and we give you your least attractive shades because everyone is like, oh no. I would never wear these. I don't look good. So we always get the same reaction. That's one of the reasons we know.
And we put yellow. We put yellow in.
She put yellow in mine. She's like, yellow. Here you go. Don't wear it.
It's your least attractive.
Yeah. So after we move on to least attractive, we go into your enhancing shades. This we have a lot of fun with. Yes. Your enhancing shades, we have eye enhancing, skin enhancing, hair enhancing, and we do neutrals, which I am not a fan of neutrals because I think they're kind of boring, but we know you love neutrals.
You guys do love your neutrals.
Yes. And then we also go into fun shades. I'll go through one by one and we'll end up, fun shades has a good story. So eye enhancing shades, we really pull out colors that will complement your eye color. So these are going to be the shades. Like for me, this is a really
clothing.
Eye enhancing shade for me. It's going to help bring out the color of my eyes and work with the depth as well. We do the same with the hair. You probably know green is going to be like one of those colors that really brings out the red in my hair.
But rust is a kind of a soft rust is also a beautiful color for her.
Because I have that in here. So we do shades that bring out whatever feature we're talking about, including skin tone. We also have your neutrals. I always say they're boring because who wants to look at a page of neutrals? But if you are somebody who likes to buy cardigans, like all of my neutrals I have in different cardigans or pants.
Really, it's layering. It's for layering, really.
Blazers. All of your neutrals work well for that. Oh, shoes, accessories.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I know you need your neutrals. So then we come to fun shades. Fun shades we have such a story about because we were doing a color analysis and, we had a deep winter. She
Beautiful.
was, Yes, beautiful, typical deep winter. So a lot of her shades fit within the deep. So think deep winter. We're talking cooler, darker shades. She fit really well into that palette. She had a few softer shades, but it was mostly deep.
And we were really proud of this. I mean, it was a gorgeous palette.
Yes. So if you see on the questionnaire, you probably see a question that says, where do you live? Because our deep winter lived in a very tropical place. She could not find deep winter shades where she lived. She was like, I can't find these. I don't know where to get these shades. So we had to create fun shades. Granted, we adjusted her entire palette at that point.
We did.
Because
we did.
Trying to work with a deep winter to bring up those colors, it's not too hard. We, obviously, but finding out where you live is very important for us. It might sound creepy, but we want to make sure if you have 4 seasons, we're giving you a full palette of that can be used to work with. If you live in the middle of the Bahamas and you're in deep winter, we are adjusting your shades to that as well.
Right. Portugal.
Yes.
One of our clients was in Portugal, and we had to adjust her slightly.
Yes.
Luckily, it wasn't too much. But your fun shades are basically, I like to call them your margarita shades.
Yep.
If you want to just let loose, put on something that's really festive and fun, we got you.
Yes.
We got you covered.
Yeah. Your cocktail or your mocktails.
Yes.
Your mocktail shades. That's what I should call it.
Or your real cocktail shades. That's what I should call it.
Cocktails, mocktails. Here we go. All right. And then we get into your makeup shades. We do like to do eyeshadows based off your eye color. So if you remember those pinwheels we used to have, we base it off of those. So you get eyeshadow shades, contour shades, liner shades that all work with your eye color.
For your iris.
Yes.
Your iris, not somebody else's. Yours.
Yes. And we also do lipstick shades. Usually it depends on whatever your palette creates. We do try to build, so we don't want to pull shades from your palette already. We try to create new lipstick shades that you will be able to find in store.
Easily.
Yeah, so our whole build around lipsticks is making sure they are available shades that you will be able to find. And then lastly, the same for blush. Depending on you, we might give contour shades, we might give a little bit softer shades, so everyone's kind of receives something a little bit different when it comes to blush.
We actually work with the transparency on top, layer it onto your skin so that we're not giving you a circle of a color that is solid. We give you a circle that goes out to transparent so that we can put your skin tone under it and see what it looks like a real blush.
Yes. Now comes the tool that we absolutely love. This was created because we always heard, I can't find these shades. How do I find this exact swatch in a store? Because it's almost impossible. And we totally understand. So we created a page where we take all of the colors throughout your book and we create a personal landscape. You know what's so funny? Every time I think about that, I think we had somebody, Kelly. We created Kelly's Colorscape, and I love the name that she came up with. She's like, yeah, this is like Kelly's Colorscape. And I was like, oh, I love that.
It is.
But it's everyone's individual colorscape. For me, Sarah's Colorscape. So all the colors are in one place on one page. And what you do is if you have your Colorscape, I'm trying to look around to see if I have any crazy, wacky colors. But this is all I have right now because we were just looking at yellows.
Well, so. A lipstick, any lipstick.
Yeah. If you have your Kelly's Colorscape, for example, and all of your shades are on it, and you want to see if this lipstick color fits into it, you can just see side by side. Does this shade work within my palette?
And by work, we mean, is it harmonious? Right. Because if you put that shade, let's say it's a sweater, and you're like, this might work. Maybe would it work? I don't know. Because we tell you to shop your dominant characteristics. So, I don't know. If you put it next to your Colorscape, either on your phone or if you have a printed out version that's laminated, many of our clients take extra. We send a PDF with the book that they can print out and they laminate it and they take it with them. All you have to do is hover your sweater over this color tool and it will either melt into it,
Right.
or it will hover above it like it
Right.
just does not belong visually with that set of colors. It's kind of a miracle. It's like a really cool thing.
Yeah, so you have this full page of colors that look beautiful on you. And then if you take something that's outside the palette, it's not going to blend in beautifully. But if you find something that does, it will just blend into that landscape. It's like a painting.
Like butter.
Yeah, so we think it is such a great tool to use because it's actually beneficial. You're not swiping through a bunch of different colors. You're looking at a complete landscape, a complete painting
Yes,
of all
of you.
these shades that work for you. And you're saying, does this color blend into my painting or does it stand out from my painting?
And this is a color class exclusive. So that we've absolutely made shopping for your color easy
Yes.
and foolproof.
Now, hopefully you are interested in working with us on a color analysis. We would absolutely love to do that for you. Links are going to be at the end of this video. I'll switch it up. So the link to our color analysis at the end of the video and in the description down below. If you would like to chat with any other color analysts on Patreon or share your color analysis with others, go on over to Patreon. You will love it. Yes. All of our links are down below to our socials. If you want to like catch up with us on Instagram, Facebook, all the other ones, I'm blanking right now, but they're down in the description below. So thank you for joining us today. Lastly, I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
This has been another color class, and we'll see you in our next video.